Hello. How is everyone feeling today? It has been a very, very long time since I have ever done a live. It's been a while. If you guys are Quality Queen OGs, A-Team OGs, you would know that I used to go live way more often. And I actually love going live. I want to incorporate that way more now because I just miss that one-on-one interaction and that live interaction. I really do miss that. And the last time I went live actually was on my birthday. So let's wait for a couple more people to come in. But as you guys could see from the pinned comment, you guys can pretty much ask me whatever you want, live Q&A. And I'm genuinely curious on hearing you guys' feedback on what you guys would like to see from me in terms of an e-course or, an ebook, things of that nature, Would I ever do a meet and greet in South Africa? 100%, absolutely. I really want to go to Africa really bad. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. Wow. This is this is intense already. Okay, I'm 21 and dating is so hard. Can you please give some advice on how to find a genuine God-fearing man? The dating climate these days it's absolutely horrendous, to be quite honest with you. It's very tricky, especially when it comes to trying to find people that are of Christian faith or maybe any faith that anyone has for that matter. It is very tricky. And it's not going to be an easy pursuit because that comes with its own set of rules and, regulations that align with your faith. I think the best advice I could give is to just pray about it. And honestly, the boring cliche answer, which is to just trust that God has the right person in store for you. I think actively looking, whether you're Christian or not, is going to send out a desperate energy. And at the end of the day, you are only 21 years old. I mean, there really is no, rush to have a boyfriend and, find this right now. There's so much distraction in life in general, from social media to just added stresses and pressures of everyday life, that a relationship is not necessarily at the top of the list, or at least I don't think it should be, and I also don't believe that, depending on where you live, I live in New York. I don't believe that, given the climate in New York, that guys are just, dying to be in a relationship so, early on and so young. Oh, thank you so much, Chanel Love. How do I get over a rebound who took advantage of me, then later acted like he was the prize? He was my neighbor and moved without saying anything to me. So, I mean, unfortunately, the only way out of a lot of situations is through, and it's incredibly difficult when, especially, I don't know if you're saying that he was the rebound, or I don't know if you're saying that you were the rebound to him. But if he was the rebound to you and took advantage of you, then of course that's a huge blow to your ego. And it feels like, wait, I wasn't even really checking for you like that. And now you're acting like I'm the one that's supposed to be chasing after you. It's a classic game of cat and mouse where it's like, wow, okay, you were in the beginning probably playing hard to get, and then he discovered like, okay, yeah, got her. I know she likes me now. And then he tried to flip the script on you. The only way out is literally through. And for him to move and not even say anything to you, disrespectful. Disrespectful. If he wants to disappear and act like you don't exist, then you have no choice other than to do the same. Because what do I say on my channel? We don't want who doesn't want us. Train your mind to say, okay, you know what? This hurts. Because I'm not saying you're wrong for hurting. It hurts, but I'm going to get over it. I'm going to get through it. I might cry on my own. I might, be sad on my own, but I'm not going to sit here and ponder what I could have done differently, when people treat people unfairly, especially when you are a good person, naturally you start reflecting inward and you're feeling like, wait, what did I do to warrant that reaction? What did I do to make this individual, treat me this way? And then you try to accommodate them and try to make it work with them and try to obsess over what you could have done differently, when in all actuality, they just suck. They just suck. There's nothing that you could have done differently. You have no choice. And a lot of the times the first thing we think is, okay, how do I get this person back? How do I get the power back in my hands? And it feels good at first, because even if you win and you get, that person to acknowledge you, or you get that person back again, it's temporary. Been there, done that. Believe me when I tell you, it's temporary. Then that sort of feeling sizzles down, and then you got to figure out how to keep that person around again. And it just becomes this tit for tat back and forth game. And there really is no winner. It's just draining your energy. You know what I mean? So what can you do? If somebody is going to move that way, the only thing you could do is just move on. I mean, I know a lot of the times we're hoping for some sort of crafty answer of, okay, do X, X, and X, and like that'll win them, like that'll get them back. But I think it's important for us to start normalizing. I don't want back anything that dropped me or that I dropped. I don't want it. Why would I want it? Like, you know what I mean? Why would I want someone that didn't appreciate my value the first time? I don't want it. Be well. Adios. That's what you have to say. That's the mindset that you have to have. Okay? My lip gloss, guys, is a lipstick from Sephora. It's my favorite lipstick. Oh my God. I don't even remember what it's called. Should I go get it for you guys? And then the lip gloss that I'm wearing, which is actually finished, is this one. This is from the drugstore. This is my favorite lip gloss ever because it's so sticky. And I don't know about you guys, but I love sticky lip gloss, and it's super glossy. This is the L'Oreal Paris Color Rich in the shade 150 Natural. So it's just clear over like a pink lipstick. So pretty. Love your hair. You look beautiful. Oh, thank you. What are some ways I can stay motivated to work out? For me, guys, working out is a very emotional thing for me. I find that, the healthier I become, I try to channel my frustrations and my emotions into my workout, because all I think about when I'm working out is, this hurts so bad. I don't enjoy this maybe in the moment, but I'm doing something in service of the bigger picture, of being healthy, of being like, cute and fit. And I'm putting all that energy, that frustration, whatever was on my mind prior to working out, I'm channeling all of that into the workout. And I believe that that's what works for me. When I tell myself, okay, you're never going to regret going to the gym. You may be, lazy getting up and trying to go. You may procrastinate to go to the gym, but you never leave the gym and go, wow, I shouldn't have worked out. I'm so mad that I went to the gym today. You're never going to have that feeling. Think about that feeling of, oh my gosh, I didn't want to do this, but I'm glad that I did, because I feel so much better now. So it's a lot of self-talk, and it's about finding who motivates you. Who are your body goals? It's about that, and pasting that pretty much everywhere. I have it on my vision board. I have, I'll make it my background. I'll make a quote on my background so that I'm programming my subconscious mind to start to think, positive and think about, fitness or whatever it is that my goal is. So that's what those are the main ways that I motivate myself. It's really just that simple, because motivation is going to come and go. It's not going to be this one straight line up like, I'm motivated. Like, I'm motivated for the rest of my life. No, today you're going to be motivated. Tomorrow, you're not going to want to even get up to do it. Set realistic goals for yourself too. Don't tell you literally are sedentary and you're sitting on the couch and then you're telling yourself, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm going to get on that treadmill for 40 minutes. And then I'm going to do some HIIT Pilates after. Can't wait. No, because you can't, boom, go from one extreme to the next. Start out, like, I like to do classes. I really love this girl on YouTube. Her name is Pamela Reif. Okay, let me actually type it in for you guys. Her workouts are super effective. I know you guys know that I always talk about Blogilates, and I absolutely love Pamela Reif. She starts the workouts immediately. She does no talking ever. Thank you so much, Onesby. Was I right to stop talking to a best friend because she was constantly canceling, showing up late, and seeing me every once in a while? I mean, if you were feeling this weird sort of tension between you and your friend that every time you try to hang out with her, she's coming up with an excuse, she can't make it, it's always last minute, then there probably more than likely is something going on. Now, did you have a discussion with her to kind of let her know, or did you kind of cut her off cold turkey where it's just like, okay, I'm done, I'm not going to talk to you anymore? I'm probably betting on this has been a reoccurring thing and you just probably got fed up. I think if this is someone that has been in your life for a long time, I think it's worth having a conversation, with the individual and letting them know, okay, listen, it's not an easy conversation either. Sometimes it's way easier to just drop things with people because we almost feel like, how do you not know that I'm upset? How do you not see that you're always canceling on me every time I make plans with you? How do you not realize that you're always showing up late to everything that I invite you to, and I feel like you're being selfish? How do you not do that? So if you're feeling that type of way, I think it's fair to express that to someone. And if they don't acknowledge that with changed behavior and having a discussion, then your only, choice is to just drop it. Let's see. Okay. Was great friends with a guy. He was very into me. Great chemistry. It only stayed platonic. He got cold and started ignoring me recently for no reason. Why do men do this? Well, he was just bored. It was just, sometimes we like to think that things are just there's this deep rooted meaning behind it because, everything happens for a reason. And sometimes the reason just is, well, because he was bored, and that's a reason too. And it's hard for us to accept because it's just like, no, not me. Wrong one, but nice try. No. And it's a blow to our ego because it's like, wait, I don't understand this. You interrupted me. You interrupted my peace. You came into my space. And now you're trying to play me. I don't think so. Make it make sense now. But that's just how it is. I posted a video on this, actually. I don't remember what it was called. Maybe one of you can remember. I don't remember what it was called, but it was basically talking about why guys do things just for no good reason sometimes. There isn't this big elaborate reason why people do things. Sometimes people are just not into it for whatever reason. And you were just there to fill a void at that time, and then they're just done. And because we as women, we are the more submissive ones stereotypically, and we, wait for guys to approach us. When someone enters into our space for no reason, literally at all, it throws us off because it's like, wait, you pursued me and now you are just, okay. Whatever. And I've seen this happen so many times. Guys do things like this. It's actually quite normal that they come around and just ghost for no reason. There's no rhyme or reason. And then you're sitting here going crazy because you're trying to figure out why it just stopped, like out of nowhere. It happens. Thank you so much, Lynn. Love you from London. Okay, first of all, sidebar, I'm dying to go to the UK. I will have you know this right here, right now. I really want to go to the UK so bad. How to level up for real, unapologetically. I keep going back to my ex who loves me and I love him, but he doesn't spend anymore because he's comfortable. He's a little too comfortable. He doesn't find it worth investing in anymore. And anytime you find yourself in a situation like that, you got to go because you're not happy. You're not happy. What are we going to do? Sit here and convince people to, hey, could you pay for my nails this week? Like, I would almost rather start over with someone new than try to convince someone old who knows better or should know better to do this. And if he loves you, why is he not investing in you? Is he going through financial, hardship? Like, what is the legitimate reason for why he is not spending anymore? Because the way I see it, it's black and white. He just doesn't think it's worth it anymore. He doesn't feel like he has to. And he can very much love you and still just not feel like he has to. He's comfortable. He's like, hey, listen, why bother anymore? But you want consistent effort. So maybe give him the benefit of the doubt and have a discussion with him about that first. And then if you see nothing changes, then you have to go. Because otherwise you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're trying to convince someone to make you happy and do these gestures that he once was doing that he's no longer doing anymore. And you're going to become very resentful. And so will he, because he doesn't want to do it anymore. Read the writing on the wall. Actions speak louder than words. My friend and I both matched with the same guy on Bumble. I unmatched him. She continued to talk to him. Am I wrong for feeling weird or a little jealous about that? That definitely is such a tricky situation. Like, fortunately for me, I have a completely different type than all of my friends. So I have literally never experienced liking the same guy as any of my friends. However, I have been in instances where my friends and I have maybe matched the same guy, but in my head, I don't really care, because for me, like, I'm a girl's girl. These guys to me are a dime a dozen. I just don't really, I don't really, get too hooked on, oh my God, but he's still talking to her. But I don't want you to feel bad. I don't want you to feel like I'm telling you that's weird, like you're, a weird person. Because I think in some ways it is a normal emotion to have, to feel like, wow, like this person matched the both of us and he finds my friend more engaging than me, and I had to unmatch him because the conversation really didn't go anywhere. And that's an awkward thing when you're dealing with one individual and it seems like they're taking to your friend instead of you. I mean, I think it's a very normal emotion. So I'm not going to say you're weird for feeling that way, but I do think that just understand there's nothing to be jealous about, because that person isn't for you. Who even knows if that person is for your friend either? They may be engaging in conversation with your friend because they enjoy speaking to, her. However, that holds no weight on you. You're on a dating app. Have fun. Don't take life so serious when it comes to dating. And I'm guaranteeing that you're young too. Don't take it so serious, like, oh my God, there's such a scarce amount of men on here. Like, oh, jump as soon as you find someone. It's like, okay, so what? He's talking to your friend. There's more where that came from. Think from an abundance mindset. There is more where that came from. Okay. Do self-affirmations really work? Absolutely. Because I think whatever you believe is going to happen in your life. If you tell yourself, oh, this is dumb, this isn't going to work. Okay, well, this is dumb and it's not going to work. But if you tell yourself, okay, I am blessed, I'm prosperous, I'm beautiful, all these things, I've never seen a successful person that doesn't incorporate positive affirmations into their success and that becomes successful. I have yet to see it. I've yet to see anyone successful that has zero belief system, whether that be Christian faith to law of attraction to an amalgam of both, to anything, even just surface level of affirmations. I have never seen it. This stuff really works. It really does work. I think it's important to understand that and not feel stupid in the beginning. Like, okay, I kind of feel dumb looking in the mirror and telling myself I'm beautiful. I have my dream body. I'm confident. I'm all these things. In the beginning, it's like, this is weird and I'm uncomfortable. But after a while, you'll get used to it and you will start to, train your subconscious mind. I go to sleep listening to meditation every single night. There is not a night that I go to sleep with just no sound. I always sleep, one, with my fan on, and two, with my affirmations or some sort of positive meditation. So it's training my subconscious mind. And in the beginning, it feels like, you know, you kind of have this expectation when you wake up, like, okay, when I wake up, I'm going to want to lose weight because I listen to that, you know, weight loss meditation when I wake up. And it's not that black and white. But after a while, when I look back at how far I've come and how long I've been doing these things, I realize, this stuff actually does work because my mind actually has changed. If I even mess up, it's nowhere near the same in the same way that it used to be. You understand? So also, guys, so now that we have more of you here, I wanted to ask you guys what resources you guys would like to see from me. I know that you guys saw that I did launch my Patreon yesterday, but I just feel like my heart is mainly on YouTube. It probably always will be. And I feel like after, you know, just more careful consideration, I realized, you know, I don't want you guys to have to, you know, I don't want to have to charge you guys for the content that I post on Patreon. And I kind of just had this epiphany and realized, you know, I don't necessarily think I even want to do that anymore, even though I did just release it yesterday. So I'm curious about what other resources you guys would like to see from me. Would it be an ebook? Would you guys want some sort of e-course from me? I really am genuinely curious about your feedback because I want to make sure that I'm providing, you know, the most useful information for you guys and as many resources as possible for you guys. And you know, aside from my channel on YouTube and aside from my podcast, I was thinking of, you know, maybe doing an e-course maybe for you guys or some sort of workbook that can correspond to my podcasts or something like that. I think that would really be beneficial for you guys as opposed to the Patreon. So let me know what you guys, okay, so a lot of you guys are saying the ebook. What about merch too? Would you guys be interested in that? Because I know you guys, Jess, hi, my love. Someone in the comments mentioned an ebook on positive affirmations, Aish. I love it. Okay, yes. So I'm thinking yes. I'm thinking that I definitely love that idea for sure. Okay, everyone is saying, oh, wow. So you guys are all saying that. Okay, you got, oh, hi, Gina. So you guys are saying merch. So we got merch, an ebook, and, oh, I like that. A self-care book too. That's very nice. Yeah. So we got merch, an ebook, and would you guys be interested in some sort of, you know, Quality Queen course? Would you guys be interested in something like that? I think that'll be really good because, you know, yes, and the Quality Queen Bible, guys, definitely is coming. Please believe that it is going to be worth the wait. I have so many ideas for you guys. You have no idea. I have so many ideas, and it's a lot that I want to do for you guys and that I want to offer. And I was actually thinking of doing a planner for sure. I think that would be really, really lovely. And a book is just fine for me. A course, depending on which. So, okay, an e-course, the e-course that I would offer probably would be offered on my website. I don't know yet because I don't have the details for any of this yet. So I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I definitely think that I want to offer some sort of course for you guys so that you can, you know, have that, and it'll be very, very good. It'll be definitely worth it. It's just that, you know, as an influencer, if I may, I'm just always curious on hearing you guys' feedback, of course, because it matters. And I don't want to ever offer something that I feel like you guys are not interested in. And so someone asked, would you have to pay? So yes, you would have to pay for like an ebook or an e-course, something like that. but it's always going to be fairly priced, of course. And I just think it's important that as quality women and women of substance, that we support, anything that we believe in. You want to support it, so you have to, of course, put, backing towards it, because when influencers spend a lot of their time, creating something and crafting something, you can't do all these things for free. I can't create a planner and pay for the, the ebook stuff and do that, literally for free. And it's just, money's going to fall out of the sky, and it's just going to happen like that. In order for me to provide quality things for you guys, you guys have to be able to understand that it's going to be an investment for yourself, and that it's going to be worth it 100%. I would never put my name on anything or sell anything that is going to be garbage just for the sake of, trying to make a sale or anything like that. That is not what quality queens do. We are women of substance. We have, integrity and things like that. Don't forget to trademark your brand and key phrases if possible, especially when it takes off. And yes, at the end of the day, guys, always remember, I post free content all the time. YouTube is free content. You know what I mean? I know for myself, when I'm investing in myself, if I find somebody that I look up to, I'm going to support them, and I'm going to buy, whatever it is that I feel like I want to buy. Like when Ghalici first came out with her, workout planner and her water bottles and her merch line for Pop Pilates, I bought it. Even when Anna Bay came out with her School of Affluence e-course, the first one that she launched, I made the investment, and I was like, you know what? I love this individual and I admire this individual. At the same time, this also is an investment for myself, because I'm going to learn and take so much information from this. So I think, that's just how I think in my head in terms of that. So I really hope you guys will be on board with that. And it seems like the vast majority of you are saying that you guys would like the book and the merch and planners and things like that. So, and an e-course. So I think we're on to something really, really good here. So I'm excited, and I really genuinely hope that you guys, when the time comes and I'm releasing all these things, that you guys will definitely support, because it means so much to me. And I'm always, always, always going to provide the best quality content possible that I can for you guys. And also never forget that the content that I post on YouTube will always be free for everyone to see. So just keep that in mind. And also, before I even ever forget, I also am going live on Instagram later today, I believe around 7 p.m. So for those of you that are going to miss this on YouTube, I will also be going live on Instagram later as well. I may even do some video chat collaborations, right? Like if people request to be in a video with you, I will answer, because I'm excited to speak to you guys interpersonally. So, thank you so much, Gina. So can we please have a full beauty video on YouTube? So it's so funny that you mentioned that, because actually, initially when I created my Patreon account, I was going to post content like that on there that I wouldn't post on YouTube. So like a get ready with me, anything to do with beauty, I was going to post on my Patreon account, because I wasn't really sure how it aligned with my brand on YouTube. So I was going to keep it on there. So I'll figure out how to incorporate that on here. And I appreciate you guys so much. I honestly do. Shout out from the Philippines. Hello. Hello. Oh my gosh. I love seeing you guys from all around the world. I can't wait until I can do a tour, because I already have a concept for a tour that I want to do. I can't wait to do a meet and greet with you guys and just travel around the world. And I think not enough people, or not many people, talk about this, just in general, supporting influencers. I don't think that enough people open up that conversation, because maybe it's uncomfortable for some people. For me, I like to just keep it as, transparent as possible. And I know for me that anytime I, admire someone, I'm definitely going to support them. And, you're investing in yourself and you're also supporting another individual at the same time. It's a win-win, type of situation. And I think that a lot of the times people don't remember or take into, account that everything that an influencer does, all the content that I create for you guys, I spend hours on the video treatments, and my manager and I are always trying to figure out, what's the best content to put out for you guys and strategy and things like that. It takes a lot of time, to do, and because we only want the best for you guys. And so it's just naturally like, life isn't free. You can't just, walk through life and, everything is, for free. But that's just, the reality of the situation. And so it's very, very important that you guys have that understanding, and that this is an open discussion in regards to how influencers usually feel in regards to that, because I don't think that people, take that into account a lot of the time. So yes. Oh, we have England in the house. Ooh, we have New York in the house. Hey, New York. Tips on how to stop biting nails or the inside of my lip. Anxiety gets the best of me. So I used to be a nail biter. You got to put some tips on. Or you can put this, like, I think it's called Rejuvicoat on your nails, because if you bite your nails, you're not going to want to bite your nails with nail polish on. That's gross. And biting the inside of your lip, like constantly like this, like it's not even ladylike. Like imagine meeting a guy and you're just sitting there like, yeah, like biting your nails. It's like, what's going on here? I'm scared. It just looks a little unsanitary, when you think about it like that. It's like, would you want to meet a guy that he's like, or like biting his nails? It's kind of just like, don't touch me. That's like, it kind of just makes you feel like it skeeves you out a little bit. I'm just being honest. What behind the scenes work did you have to do to build your YouTube brand, because you motivated me to start a channel? Oh, that is so sweet. Behind the scenes work, to be honest, when I started this channel, I just went for it. I had no idea that I would be talking about the things that I talked about. I think it was the exact point that I was at in my life where I was coming out of a very horrible dating experience with this guy, and I learned so much from it, and I was so determined to not repeat that mistake and learn as much as I can. And it made me realize, I took a step back and it made me realize, okay, dating is no longer what I thought it is. And I'm going to have to reroute, and I'm going to have to make sure that I'm protecting myself and protecting my heart so that I'm not getting into these types of situations where I think that somebody is for me, and I think waiting around for them is going to somehow be some sort of, there's going to be some sort of end prize, at the end of the day, for me waiting around for them to realize that I am worth being with. So there were so many things going on in my life at that time. There's still a lot of things going on in my life currently right now, but at that time of transitioning, in that way, it really, really motivated me to, start this channel and start talking about dating and wanting to help girls that were like me and thought like me. And I felt like all I do is just post things that I feel like I would want to see. Genuinely. That's what I feel like I do. And I just hope, and I always pray that it helps someone, because I used to be the girl that I don't want to date more than one person because I just don't feel like it. And I always like one person over, the rest. And I always used to be like this. And then I finally realized, oh my gosh, like, unfortunately, whether I like it or not, it's either I play the game or I get played. And as you mature, you will realize, okay, when someone is worth your time and when they are not. until then, I'm not going to give anyone myself solely because I don't know if you deserve it or not. I have to weigh that option out. And what I'm not going to do is be in a relationship or be monogamous to someone who isn't giving me that same respect, so to say. And a lot of the times we do things like this, and then we wonder why we're upset over one guy, because you were talking to one guy, and we're so confused on how that guy is not even invested at all in us, and they could just walk away. And it feels like, how do you just make that transition so fast? It's because they were never truly invested anyway. Sorry. So at the end of the day, you have to have that understanding and say, okay, even if you're talking to, let's say, 3 people and you're not even really interested, you have to just keep your mind occupied, whether that is with, things, hobbies, whatever it is. Keep yourself busy, because you're going to find yourself waiting for that person to hit you up. Okay, it's Friday night and I kind of want to go out to dinner, and well, he's the only guy that I talk to. So if he doesn't hit you up, you're going to feel away. It's like, wait, so he's not hitting me up? Like, what is this? Meanwhile, guys have options. You need to have options. Are you into MBTI and Enneagram personality typing? Is Enneagram personality typing like EFJP, Myers-Briggs? Oh, that is Myers-Briggs. Oh, yes, I do believe in Myers-Briggs. Oh, 100%. 100% I believe in Myers-Briggs. Why are guys so immature in high school? Because they're in high school. How mature can you expect someone to be in high school? Your frontal lobe isn't even fully developed until you are 25. There's no way you're going to find a mature man in high school, especially these days with all these distractions. The last thing on their mind is, let me go get a girlfriend and like settle down. Like, no, that is not going to be on their mind. I've been loving the new direction of self-improvement on your channel. Thank you so much. Let's see. Why are grown men still immature at the age of 35? I think for a lot of men in their 30s, it's like redoing their 20s, but maybe more financially stable and more mature than they were in their 20s. Some guys spent all their 20s, really just like in the clouds. Like they really live by, you're only young once, or whatever the people are saying these days. And they don't take life seriously. And then they're 35 trying to catch up or undo the mistakes that they did in their 20s. Like, not my type of guy, And guys, they say, don't even really mature until they're like 45. It's so unfortunate. But I don't believe that, anyone is, monolithic. There are certain, similarities that, certain men do possess that are a lot alike. However, it just depends. It's person to person. It's circumstantial. But yes, there of course are men that are still immature at 35, because to be honest, 35 is not even old at all. It's not. The Enneagram is based on Christianity and how fears can put you in a box and how to get out of that box. That is very interesting. I will definitely look into that. What did you want to do when you were young? I love this question. When I was young, I always said that I wanted to be a superstar. I didn't want to be a doctor. At one point, I did think I wanted to be a lawyer, but genuinely, when I was young, I always felt like I was going to be famous. Like I used to model when I was younger, and I was pursuing acting when I was young. So I think I was about, I want to say maybe 7 to maybe 11, I was doing modeling and I was signed to an agent, but my parents just didn't really want to take me anymore to the go-sees, and that whole lifestyle is very, very, here, there, and you have to go all the time. And I was barely able to stay in school at that time. I was always leaving school because I always had to be in the city to do some sort of go-see or, and things like that. So I personally always wanted to be a superstar, meaning like acting, maybe like a little singing, dancing. Like I've always wanted to do that. So thoughts on childless women dating single dads? Great question. I just had this discussion with my manager actually, and I was telling her, I was like, I personally don't want to date a guy that has children because I feel like, even though it's maybe not, I don't know what their circumstance is, but I feel like I'm not bringing any of that, with me, and I can't relate to being a parent. So for me, it's difficult for me to be in a dynamic with someone who has to constantly, be in contact with the baby mother. And considering men's track record, they have difficulty, cutting the cord sometimes with the baby mother and things of that nature. So it's not something I personally would want to do. However, some women honestly don't mind it. It doesn't affect them literally at all. For me, that's not something that I can see myself doing long term. Maybe I might experiment with it, but if I'm going to be taking someone serious, I don't see myself dating someone with children. I feel like I don't have children. I don't want the person that I'm with to have children. It's both an even playing field. You understand? Because guys like to use their kids for excuses for all the time, and they lie on their kids, angels. They lie. Oh, I'm seeing my kids on Wednesday. He's not seeing his kids on Wednesday. He's seeing her on Wednesday, and he's telling you his kids are coming over. They're not. The kids are with the mom, okay? They don't even really like you. Stop. Stop lying on your kids. Enough. Like, that's what guys do. And then you don't even feel right crying because you feel like guilted, like, okay, well, I'm not a parent, so I don't want to mention anything. I don't want to make it seem like I'm being weird, even though you intuitively feel like you're lying. You're lying to me. I could feel it. You're lying. Now, if I do a drive-by by the house and I see, don't do a drive-by. I'm just letting you know. Don't do a drive-by. But I'm letting you know that guys lie on their kids. Keep that in mind, okay? Ooh, okay, that went fast. Why do guys lie so much? I don't know. I think, in general, just from what I've gathered about men in general. So women are nurturers. So we have this, quality where we're always trying to come from a place of understanding. I think, if it's fair to say, a lot of the times men are very naturally self-serving, and they're thinking, first of all, with this as opposed to this and this a lot of the time. So the last thing on their mind is, one, usually to be in a relationship. And we as women are always trying to find that bond and that person to nurture and bring out that quality. And for men, their primal instinct is to just impregnate the world and just spread that thing, swing it on back all around the world, worldwide, international. That's what they're trying to do. So it's interesting how we find ourselves trying to chase after guys, trying to nurture these like souls of these men who are just wild. They're just wild cards. And that's why we often find ourselves, at such a rift. However, it's so interesting because I feel like guys, like, they are so much drawn to women who barely pay them any mind. I mean, pay attention to things like that. It's never usually the woman who's all over them and swooning and just they don't pay attention to those women. They don't value those women. They value the woman that is doing her own thing. She's barely paying him any attention. So what if he looks good? He's just, he's there. So what, he looks good. I'm in my own world. I can do this. I can get who I want. Da-da-da. They love women like that. What is that book? Why Men Love Bees? Read that. Read that book. That's a book I recommend to read. Please preach again about not being obsessed with someone, meaning that there's something in your life that you're not paying enough attention too, so you focus on whatever. You experience that yourself. Great question. Thank you so much. Okay, yes. When you are obsessed with an individual, it's literally filling a void of something else you're supposed to work on. I promise you, every single time. Because you going so hard over an individual that probably, more than likely, if you're obsessed with someone, they probably don't feel the same for some reason. I don't know why, but usually that's the case. And you're so fixated on following what they're doing every, hour of the day, and they're not paying you any attention. And all you're doing is, waking up, seeing what they're doing. You may talk to them here or there. You're trying to like craft ideas in your head of, okay, yeah, okay, so what do I say to this in response to this Instagram story? So you're like typing on Instagram like a response, and then you're like deleting it every 5 seconds because you're like, no, that sounds corny. Okay, so like, should I say this? And then you're sending screenshots to your friend. Okay, like, should I hit him up? Like, what should I say? And I don't think that we understand that when something is right for us, it's supposed to be super easy, especially in the beginning. You don't even really know someone that much in the beginning, literally at all. It's supposed to be easy. And we are already struggling in the beginning and setting that tone. And then we look around and we're like, oh, I can't believe he never liked me anyway. And it's just like, yeah, girl, because you were literally chasing him around. Like, he was not paying you any type of attention. And we don't realize that this is taking the space of things that we should be doing in our lives. What is it that you are neglecting, that you are giving over the energy you're channeling into, this guy who's literally paying you no attention? And to me, it's one thing to do it over celebrities because, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, I do it myself. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. But when it comes to like real people that I actually like can like touch like in the flesh, I'm not obsessing over you. Never have, never will. Celebrities, it's like an infatuation of like, oh yeah, he's so hot. And it's like fun because it's almost like, it's never really gonna happen. But with people in real life, no, I'm not doing that, like literally at all. It doesn't make any sense to me. And yes, I have been through situations like that. I feel like we all have. And that's why I'm able to share my experiences with you guys. Or maybe I have witnessed these types of things myself if I may not have experienced it firsthand, where I have this understanding of people because I love people and I love learning about people and I love learning about their experiences, learning from their experiences and things like that. So 100%, I have definitely been in a situation like that where I've experienced, just really being so like infatuated and obsessed with an individual, and that individual is barely even, invested literally at all. And all it does is drive you crazy. Oh crap, I'm supposed to study for this final. Oh my God, I'm supposed to, read this book, or I wanted to read this book. I wanted to go work out, but instead I'm just like, I'm on the treadmill and I'm doing like 2.0 on the treadmill. Like, girl, walk faster. And I'm sitting here trying to scroll through his Instagram, trying to figure out what it is that, he's doing. I'm barely working out at this gym. How? No, I'm going to take all that energy, I'm going to channel it into myself, and I'm going to get hot. I'm going to get sexy. Because either way, you're going to see it. And by time you want me, I'm not going to be checking for you. And that's usually how it goes. They always want to come around Johnny come lately. They want to come around when you're just done. And reward them with your absence. Disappear. That's what your job is. Don't even acknowledge them after that. Seriously, the best thing you could do is literally ignore them. Ugh, clowns. Let's see. Let me check. I'm done. I'm just so done. I realized that all I've been doing is breaking my own heart chasing after a man. Yes. A lot of times we break our own hearts and we're just so sensitive in that moment that we literally think it's them. It's like, you led me on. I literally hate you. Like, why are you doing this? Like, I don't understand. And it's like, no, just like when guys tell you, I don't want to be in a relationship right now. And then you continue on thinking that you're going to convince them otherwise. And it's like, he literally told you he doesn't want to be in a relationship. And then you're sitting there telling your friends, he played me and I saw him talking to this other girl on his phone and all these things. You're trying to get pictures of you guys together on Instagram, okay? And every time you try to get a picture of him, he's in motion. You could barely see it. You're only catching his profile. He's always like doing something suspicious. Like anytime you find, stop. Because if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. And I'm just really, I feel bad. And I'm fed up. I'm fed up because I do not understand for the life of me why girls stay in situations like this. I understand liking someone. I understand being in denial of certain things. Hello, I'm not infallible here. But what I'm saying is, when is enough enough? I feel like some people's like BS threshold is like infinity, to infinity and beyond. Okay? You need to cut it out, cut it off. Like, seriously, how many times are you going to say, what is going on here? I just will never understand that, how people constantly loop the same behavior with a guy over and over again. And they swear up and down that they really are in relationships with these guys. Even guys that will dead lie to you and say that, you know, you're their girlfriend and still be doing a whole bunch of stuff. You're always catching him doing something. He doesn't even follow you back on Instagram because, well, he's private and he doesn't really want people in his business. I'm your girlfriend. You're not following me on Instagram and you don't want people in your business. I'm sorry. Are you Chris Brown? That was probably a bad analogy, but you guys understand what I'm saying. Are you some sort of celebrity? You can't follow your girlfriend on Instagram, but I'm your girlfriend. Okay. Every time I post a picture of you, it has to be on close friends. Stop. I'm scared. Don't find yourself in a situation like that, ladies. Don't. Please don't. I'm done. I just don't understand. I just don't understand things like that. Like, no, I can't. And like I said in my last video, or the one before that, anytime a guy says he doesn't want to be in a relationship, the with you is silent. The with you is silent. He's going to go with another girl, okay, and go give her the world, go do this. And then you're going to be like, oh, he didn't do any of that stuff for me. Da, 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 da. And it's like, well, yeah, because sometimes in the beginning, guys, in the beginning, you set the tone. In the beginning, you set the tone, okay? If you find yourself in a situation where you're just like, oh, well, I don't really I don't really want to ask him to go out for dinner because I feel like he, you know, I know he's busy and I just thought it would be easier if I just, you know, go to his place or whatever. He's hitting you with the, man, I'm tired, you know, I just like had such a long day at work, and you guys make plans to go out for 7:30. He hits you up at 8 p.m. talking about, that's crazy. I had no idea that I was going to be late for work, you know, late from work. They had me working overtime, you know, but I'll be at the house at 10 p.m. You know, I maybe 9:30, 10. I'm so sorry, babe, but like, if you want, you could still like come over, like, you know, cause I want to see you. I want to see you. You want to see me? You want to see me that bad? You should have let me know at 6 p.m. even that you were going to be working overtime. You mean to tell me as a grown man that you didn't know that you were working overtime and you weren't going to come home until 9:30, 10 p.m.? You didn't know that? And you expect me to buy that. So everything's canceled. The only option that's available is coming to your place. Because you really want to see me. Okay, then see me through the screen then. See me through FaceTime then. See me never again. How about that? See me never again. I don't want to talk to you anymore because first impressions are everything. I've been in a situation like that before. I was supposed to go on a date with this guy. He's supposed to come to my house at like 7. Literally does not say anything to me till 8 p.m. Then tells me he's on his way. So obviously he's going to be probably an hour, like another hour away, because he was like coming from the city. And I'm just like, how did you not know? And he didn't communicate that with me until the time we were originally supposed to meet. You're a joke, and you're being taken as a joke. No more. Okay. Yes. And I love this comment. Anytime a guy's like, I just have trouble trusting people. Okay, well then handle that in like therapy, because I'm not a sounding board for you. And I'm also not, a punching bag. Handle your trust issues on your own. It's not your duty, ladies, to be like, well, he has trust issues and I'm here to show him that he has no reason to not trust me. I'm going to show him that what a real woman is like. No, because I promise you, he's not even going to give you the space to do so. Okay. Look at what is that guy from, what is that show that I was watching? Where they couldn't touch each other. What was it called? It wasn't Love Island. It was with Harry, Francesca. Rhonda was dating this other guy on the show. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but there was this guy and I'm sorry, girl, but he played you. He was talking about his trust issues that he had on the show. And then as soon as the show was done and they were supposed to be together, he literally wouldn't even visit her in Atlanta. And he had relative. Thank you so much, guys. Too hot to handle. Whatever that guy's name is, Sharon played Rhonda. He had her thinking he had trust issues, all this stuff. As soon as the show was done, he didn't even visit her on a plane. Meanwhile, and Harry and Francesca, I'm pretty sure they broke up. Harry and Francesca lived on other sides of the world and they were seeing each other. Harry lived in Australia and Francesca lived in Vancouver, and they managed to see each other. And Sharon couldn't visit Rhonda like a couple hours like away. Thank God she has moved on. Like it was really sad. He's pathetic. Therapy is free or you can pay for it, but please give that BS to someone who's paid to hear and deal with it, because I'm not the one. Peace. Love that. Facts. A guy told me all I have to do is walk down Wall Street, and I said, okay, and I haven't spoken to him since. Hi, honey. A victim won't give you the space to do them right. A word. Let the church say, amen. A word. Victims do not give you the choice, and they guilt you into thinking that it's your job to fix their past, when in actuality, they don't even want to. Guys don't want to be fixed by the woman that they're with, because that's their mom's job. And what you're going to do is become their mom. Who's attracted to their mom? Nobody normal. You understand? So you don't want to play that role of trying to fix this person, and because you feel bad. And unfortunately, it's a natural instinct for us to do, where it's just like, you want to help this person as much as possible. And unfortunately, the track record says they always leave the ones who help them the most. And if they don't, and they end up settling for them, because that's what it is to them, they settle for those girls and they cheat on them all the time. When guys glow up, the last thing they want to do is be with the woman that built them up to the glow up. They want to go get something new as the new person that they are. What did Nicki Minaj say? You and me at the old body, and then at the new body. I'm in a new body. And I don't know the words to that song, but I like that song. And I feel like, yeah, if you new body, new man. Okay? Because that's what these guys do. Okay? New mindset, new guy. Okay? That's what these guys do. That's what they do. You go and build them up. Bob the Builder, can we fix it? And you end up getting left. Okay? You end up getting left. That's what it is. So, it's a lot of the times it's hard to accept this, but this is the reality of the situation. We want to get crafty. Asha, how do I get this guy back? And it's like, let's not focus on getting back what should be gone. Let's be done with that. Okay? There we go. Let me see. Do you think you can maintain a friendship with somebody that you are trying to lose feelings for? No. Friendship comes from a neutral standpoint. You can't be neutral with somebody that you were sleeping with and you're trying to lose feelings for them, because what grounds do you have to set a line of demarcation of what to do, what not to do in terms of trying to morph your romantic relationship dynamic into a friendship? It doesn't even make sense. Why bother even putting yourself through that? Of course, we'd all love to think, yeah, I'm going to be friends with my ex. Are there people that are friends with their ex? Probably, but I'm sure it wasn't immediate. I'm sure it took years and years and years. I think it would be kind of honestly borderline insulting if someone just like switched off and they were like, yeah, we're just friends. Like, I literally have no feelings for this individual, literally at all. Like, I don't think if it was a substantial relationship, I don't think anyone would feel like that. Let's see. I'm gonna actually, I think it's already been an hour, angels. I think I'm gonna get off in the next 10 minutes. And don't forget that I'm going live tonight on Instagram. Well, I'm gonna be doing like some live chats on Instagram and videoing you guys, video chatting with you guys on there. So yeah. Why do insecure men who admit they're self-conscious tear down a woman they also call beautiful? Because when we are super harsh critics of ourselves, we are super harsh and critical of other people. People that are very mean to other people are very mean to themselves too. Obviously, they're not going to walk around, and they're not going to be vocal about how they feel about themselves all the time or how they speak to themselves, but it always starts within first. And there is no such thing as a person who is, kind and self-aware that spews hate and negativity onto another individual. It's coming from, that's how they feel about themselves. Ooh. Please go live more often. I absolutely will. I'll go live more often. Should I look for the man of my dreams or wait for him to show up? Wait for him to show up. Wait for him to show up. Like, we don't do the hunting. We get hunted. And then we pick who we want. You do not go hunting for a guy ever in life. You will always lose. You will always lose because it sends out a desperate energy and you will get used and abused. How to stop crying over a crush. It seems like you're putting too much pressure on a literal crush. For you to be crying over someone that you have a crush on is a little emotionally inappropriate because, it's not that grave. Like, we have to figure out why some of us are so hyper fixated on like men and having a man. It really is, a super fixation that, we have. It's very bad. The way that some of us act is as though there are no men left on earth. I don't understand. There are so many options on the earth out of this country. Okay. Travel. Your world is small. You need to see what else is out there. because I plan on doing it. You have to see what else is out there. We can't think that how is it that we really think that the one person, that we were with before is the end all be all for us? Like, how? I don't get it. Love is an action word. It's not a feeling. Exactly. Okay, the book I recommended is called Why Men Love Snitches, but replace the S with a B. So it's the B-I word. How to heal acne. So I have acne-prone skin 100%. My skin, not well. Like, I went through so much with my skin. Like, I'm still honestly going through with my skin. It looks clear like here now, but there is still a little like breakouts here and there on my face, and which is so weird for me because I eat fairly healthy and I'm vegan. My number one tip is to eliminate the dairy. Dairy gives you pimples. Dairy makes you smell. Eliminate the cheese, the butter, all those things. There are so many other alternatives that are healthier for you that are going to stop that acne. Also, cutting down on the sugar. That means no more Snapple iced tea, because you're going to get a lot of breakouts from that. Eliminating the fried foods, a lot of excess oil consumption, like things like that are very high in fat and very processed. You have to eliminate. And it's kind of boring, in the beginning, but it's the only way to really help to clear up your skin. There was this book that I used to read that helped clear up my acne completely. It is blackstrap molasses, the juice of a lime, and a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. And you mix that together. You drink it every day for 40 days, but you can't eat any dairy with it. Like, literally you cannot. And it literally clears your entire skin. And I actually did it for the 40 days. And it was the most agonizing thing of my life. You do this every morning, but it really does work. And I always forget that. Actually, I'm going to start that again tomorrow. Yeah. I hate blackstrap molasses. I mean, it's one of those things where either you love it or you don't. And I hate it. Ugh. It honestly makes me gag when I think about it. What if your friend's in a toxic relationship and she keeps bringing it up? I sent her your videos. How do you tell her stop talking about it? To me, because you're staying in it. Thank you, Asha. Okay, so you're saying, what if your friend is in a toxic relationship? She keeps on spewing her dynamic onto you. She takes none of your advice. What do? Honestly, this is the way you have to set up a boundary. You have to tell her, listen, I'm your friend and I'm genuinely here for you. But it's very frustrating for me to hear you talk about this guy over and over again, and this dynamic that you are clearly unhappy with, and you take none of my advice. And I have to sit here and listen to you be unhappy. And as your friend, I want to help you, but it's upsetting me and it's frustrating for me to spend my energy giving you this advice and you don't take any of it. So honestly, this doesn't mean I'm not your friend, but I would appreciate it if you would not discuss this with me, because it's hard to listen to if you want some sort of advice from me and none of it's being taken into account at all. You can say that, or you could tell her, listen, I'm your friend. I'm here to listen to you. However, I'm not going to offer my advice and waste my time giving you advice if you're going to stay in the same situation. It's like you enjoy the complaining more than being proactive in actually being done with this. So do you want to just be heard, or do you want to fix this? What do you want to do? So that I know how to make my next move. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, the ingredients I shared. I'm going to type it for you guys. Blackstrap molasses, I think 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon. Is it a tablespoon? Yeah, a tablespoon. Uh, the juice of a lime and a teaspoon, I think, of apple cider vinegar. Those are the ingredients for that skin tonic. There was a girl that I purchased an ebook from. Her name was Saber Secrets, and she's the one that like originated that formula. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Time flies super, super fast. So, thank you for following me on Instagram. Mwah. So I will be going live on Instagram later today at 7 p.m. So look out for that, guys. I will be doing some live chats with you guys, live video chat one-on-one. So you can request me. It's my first time doing that. So I'm actually really excited to talk to you guys. And so look out for that. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I love you guys so, so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I will see you guys in my next video.